Good morning, children. Welcome back to the online class of Sri Kogulam Public School, Vattagara.
Dear children, good morning. Happy New Year to everyone. Previous class, what did we discuss? Did you remember that? Okay, then Nazism and the rise of Hitler. We explained how did Hitler establish the racial state in Germany. Okay, did you remember that? The Nazi worldview or Hitler's worldview. Okay, then today, before starting the class, please listen to the thought. Success will never lower its standard to accommodate us. We have to raise our standard to achieve it. Did you clear? Yes. Then today, we can discuss about the racial state. How did Hitler establish the racial state in Germany? Already we discussed Hitler's worldview. It was based on racial hierarchy and Lebensraum. Listen, then here for the establishment of the racial state, what did Hitler do? He divided the people into two categories, desirable and undesirable. Who were called as desirable? Then the Aryans. Listen, the pure German Aryans, they were considered as desirable. And the others, the conquered areas people, that means the Polish as well as the Russians, and then other groups of people like Gypsies, Jews or Judas, and the Germans. Those who were mentally and physically disabled, they were also considered as undesirable. Okay, then the physically eliminated undesirable people is, then they were Gypsies, Jews, Aryans, those who were mentally and physically disabled. They were considered as undesirable. Then Nazis and Hitler, he wanted only a society of pure and healthy Nordic Aryans. So, these healthy Nordic Aryans, they were only considered as desirable. Then, the remaining, under the euthanasia programs, what is meant by euthanasia? Mercy killing. In the name of that, the Nazi, they had condemned to death many Germans. Clear? Yes. Then Jews, they remain the worst sufferers among these. Why did Hitler and Nazi party hate the Jews? Listen, the Nazis' hatred of Jews that had a precursor in the traditional Christian hostility towards Jews. Jews had been stereotyped as the killers of Jesus Christ, and they were the money lenders. Until medieval period, the Jews were not allowed to own their own land. Instead of that, they earned their livelihood by renting the money, and they earned high interest from the people. Because of this, then the Nazis, they started to hate the Jews. Clear? They believed Jews, they were responsible for the death of Jesus Christ. Okay, then Hitler's hatred of Jews, that was based on pseudo-scientific theories of race. He believed that only the Aryans, they wanted to survive in the society. At the same time, these Jews, they were not allowed to convert into any other religion, or they were not allowed to join with the Aryans. Hitler and the Nazi party, they told or they believed conversion, that was not a solution to the Jewish problem. It could be solved only through the total elimination. They wanted to completely eliminate the Jews from Germany. So they followed such like activities there. Then first of all, from 1933 to 1938, Nazis, they terrorized and they segregated the Jews and compelling them to leave the country. Listen, from 1933 to 38, what did they do there? The Nazis, they terrorized and they segregated the Jews and compelling them to leave from the country. And the next step, from 1939 to 1945, you know, that was the period of Second World War, 1939 to 1945. During this period, they aimed at concentrating them in certain centers or certain areas and killed them in gas chambers. Listen, the gas chambers looking like a bathroom. Listen, but then they emitted the poisonous gas, and then because of this, many of the people, they died from this gas chambers. Now, the racial utopia. What is that racial utopia? Listen, the genocide and the war, it became the two sides of the same coin. That means in one side, the Second World War was going on. In the name of the Second World War, or due to the Second World War, many people, they were killed. But at the same time, other side, due to this genocide, or the establishment of the racial hierarchy, what happened there? Many people were killed by the Nazis. That is why it was calling as the genocide and war became the two sides of the same coin. Listen, then occupied Poland, that was divided. Hitler occupied the part of Poland and that was divided. Okay, and northwestern, that was annexed to Germany. He annexed the northwestern part of Germany. Then the Polish people, they were forced to leave their home and they were then, or their properties that were occupied by the Germans. Listen, the Polish people, they forced to leave their home and their properties were occupied by Germans. Then these Poles were herded like cattle. Listen, they were considered as cattle, and members of this Polish intelligentsia, they were murdered in large numbers in order to keep the entire people intellectually and spiritually surveilled. And the Polish children looked like Aryans. They were forcibly snatched from their mothers and examined by racial experts. The Polish children, they were taken away from their mother's hands to conduct the racial test. Listen, then racial experts, they conducted the racial test. Then, if they found the children were physically and mentally fit, listen, then they were considered as Aryans, or otherwise these children were sent to the gas chambers. Listen, the parents, they didn't get back their children. Like this racial test conducted by the Nazi party in Germany. Clear? Then, next, the steps to death. The first step, that is exclusion. From 1933 to 39, they excluded the undesirable people from Germany. Only the German citizens, they enjoyed the protection of the German Empire. Listen, and the marriage between the Jews and Germans, that were forbidden. And the extra-marital relationship between the Jews and Germans, that became a crime. And the Jews were forbidden to fly the national flag. They were not allowed to fly the national flag. The second stage, ghettoization. Listen, the second stage, that is ghettoization. From 1940 to 41. Jews, they had to wear a yellow star of David on their breast. That was to classify the Jews, to identify the Jews separately. And they were kept in Jewish houses and in ghettos. They had to surrender all their wealth before they entered a ghetto. Listen, or the concentration camp. Then they led a miserable life in these ghettos or in the concentration camp. And the third step, that is annihilation, 1941 to 45. They were killed while trying to escape. When they were trying to escape from the concentration camp, they were killed. And this concentration camp, that was enclosed with wires. Listen, and then when they were trying to escape, that time, then they were shocked and they died. Mass killing that took place in these gas chambers. Now, we can discuss what did we learn today. First, we discuss the racial state. Then, to establish the racial state, what did Hitler do? Divided the people into two, desirable and undesirable. And undesirable were persecuted and they were sent to gas chambers. Then we discuss the racial utopia. Then Poland, that was divided up. Hitler conquered Poland and the part of this Poland that was divided. And the Polish intelligentsia, they were murdered and they were sent to the gas chambers. Then we discuss the steps to death. First, from 1933 to 39, exclusion, and the second stage, ghettoization from 1940 to 44, and annihilation from 1941 to 45. Okay, children, I hope all of you understood. Don't forget to read the textbook thoroughly, watch the video, and then prepare the notes. Okay, thank you.